Welcome to Secrets from the Saddle podcast. I'm Sylvie D'Aoust, your host, fellow cyclist, bike club founder, cycling coach, bike race junkie, just truly super passionate about cycling. My journey with cycling started 20 years ago when I opened a spin studio, started a women's race team, and founded a women's only cycling club called CycleFitCHICKS. I'm super thrilled to reveal all aspects that make the world of cycling operate. I'm so excited to be able to bring you interesting people from around the world, pro cyclists, recreational cyclists, coaches, event organizers, bike shop owners, everything and everyone you need to know or ever wondered about when it comes to cycling. I know you'll enjoy this episode. All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome. Yeah, it's me back on a Friday. But you know what's funny? Before I get into this, I'm going to be sharing with you my women's cycling club. Okay, I've had it it's our 15th year anniversary, and I've had this podcast for almost 3 years, and I've never talked about it. Is that really bad? That's so bad. But before we get into sharing about my women's cycling club, I just got to remind you that still fundraising for the Ride to Conquer Cancer. So please support me on my goal to reach $5,000 for cancer research here in Canada. Of course, it benefits the world. So if you're wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Anything helps. Go to this website, fun-ride.ca. So fun-ride.ca. That's basically, I purchased a domain just so that it was easier for me to share the link for you to just, instead of like, here's the website. So fun-ride.ca, please go and donate. Anything helps. Super grateful for helping me to reach my $5,000 goal. And if you go back to one of my previous episodes where I talked about the fundraising, I am riding for my family. So my mom is a breast cancer survivor, and my daughter has a brain tumor. I had to say it, has a brain tumor, just so casually like that. But it's not active. And it's something that she's had since she was like 12, she tells me, because she had headaches back then, and they never really spotted it, which was funny. You know, one of those things, oh, you've had a brain tumor for X number of years. And we've never seen it on any MRIs that we've taken. So she was telling me that, yeah, it's been there since then. It's back on her pituitary gland, so it's been applying pressure, but it's not actively cancerous. But you know how it works. That is just something that could erupt at some point in time. And yeah. So that's what I'm doing, and just asking for as much support as possible for a cause. I know that every one of us has been touched by cancer, some way, shape, or form, family, friends. So this is a really good opportunity to donate to the cause, because it goes to the Princess Margaret Research Center, which is one of the top 5 research centers in the world. So everything that they do benefits everybody else. So it doesn't really matter where you're sitting. So, all right, enough of that. Let's get into talking about CycleFitCHICKS. So yes, this is my women's only cycling club. I started this back in 2008. So it's been 15 years. I can't, the time has flown. I've had my daughter, who is 20, was around for the start. She was born in 2000. 2002. The club started in 2005, had 2 other kids. I've gone through a divorce, all these crazy things. I've had a spinning studio, and that's basically where it all started. My spinning studio was called CycleFit. You know, who knew? And doesn't that make sense that, as a spin instructor and having my club, it was just that I was listening to all these women, these female clients of mine talking about riding outside, riding by themselves, hating riding with their partners because they were faster. And they were just looking for a place to ride with other women. And rise safely and be social. We're all social beings, and that's one of the lovely things that we love. Our club has discovered so many coffee shops around the region. It is ridiculous. We actually have a list. And so they all know us when we come into the coffee shops. But so it was one of those things. I just back in the day in 2008, there was only one real cycling club called the OBC, and that was it. And so I just said to myself, I'm like, this city is big enough for another cycling club, especially if it's women's only. So it was one of the most scariest things I've ever done, was to put it out there, because it was just a vision and a thought, right? And then so I posted it on one of our email platforms, right? Back then, Facebook had just started, 2007, everything was going social media based. It was crazy. I fought it for a bit, but I wish I had embraced it, being the forward thinker that I am as an entrepreneur, but I didn't. But anyways, at the time, so, so I hit the send button and it went out to the world. And that year, the first year, I actually have numbers here. The first year I had 42. So in 2008, I had 42 members. So when that happened, there was a registration, and I just what do I do with them now? So I started taking my my coach's course, and as a spin instructor, I was with Mad Dog Athletics. So I was taught a lot of drills and skills and stuff for cyclists, because Mad Dog Athletics, if you were back in the day, they're still around now, but they are all cycling skills-based spinning. Now you get all these funky things where people are doing aerobics on bikes. It's ridiculous. Anyways, it makes me cringe. But so all of their instructors are cyclists, and they teach cycling skills. And so I love that. So I still use a ton of the stuff even today, with my online coaching and outside drills. So we started with 42, and then it dropped down 2009 to 38. Then it went out 2010 up to 81, 2011 113, 12 80. I think that's 183. Then 13 was 234. It went hugely because we were on the CBC and everybody registers oh my God. And then 2014 down to 92. I don't have a number for 2015. 16 was 66. So it kind of backpedaled after that. And then it started building itself up. So last couple years through COVID has been 90, then 125, and then this year last year was 150, and now we're closing in on 180. So it's making its a return, which is great because we're doing an amazing job. Now, I have a bunch of jerseys here. Now, you can be watching this on YouTube. And just a little bit of, how it evolved. Where's that first jersey? Oh, this one here. This one here, CycleFit. CycleFit. So when I first designed these jerseys, my girlfriend, no, actually Mark, my friend Mark made the logo, which is stuck at some form still today. So it says Ultimate Indoor Cycling. Then you got a little bit of CycleFitCHICKS there down on the bottom. And yeah, he created that logo. My girlfriend did the CycleFitCHICKS. And this was our jersey. We had men and women we sold it to. This was not the first one because we didn't have CycleFitCHICKS on it. But you know what? I still see one or two of these jerseys on guys throughout the summer. And you know what? They're like you said, they're 15 years old, and these jerseys still hold up the test of time. It was Champion Systems. I don't even know if they're still around, but they were a good, fast company. Now, the reason why, part of the club is that we have what you get for the membership. And there's a lot of different memberships out there. Now, this one here is comes with a bunch of stuff. So it's only local. And you get part of it is a free 4-hour learn to group ride clinic. Like all the newbies go through it because what I teach is skills on how to ride closely behind others, how to like single line, double line, echelon, how to use your brakes. Now, there's a lot of little tips and tricks to using your brakes because that is going to allow you to get closer behind someone without doing that yo-yo brake, accelerate, brake, accelerate thing that everybody hates in a group ride. Now, and then after, it's like, how do you take your hand off your handlebar to feed and drink, right? These little things people don't think about because in group rides, nobody's going to stop for you to drink your water. Nobody's going to stop for you to eat. And you cannot wait till the coffee shop to do these things because what if it takes you 2 hours to get to the coffee shop? What if you have 3 flats on the way and you're stuck standing out there? Things like that people don't think about. And so it's really crucial to learn these little basic skills that we take for granted or we don't even think about, right? So this Learn to Group Ride Clinic, I have been teaching it for 15 years, excluding last year, but I have everybody introduce themselves and one of the things they want to get out, why are they here? And the stories are always the same, my friends. The stories are always the same. Either I've been a solo rider for a long time and I want to learn how to group ride with others. I want to be more social. I have a partner who's way faster than me. I hate riding with them and just following them. They always have to wait for me. Is that, that is a really popular one. I'm new to the city and I want to join a club for the social aspect. I want to learn how to use my bike properly. So all these things I hear year after year after year from women all the time. And I tell them, like, after this 4 hours, your confidence level is going to go from 0 to hero. I see it all the time. It makes me cry. Like, the confidence level is just enormous. And then we all know then how that everybody has gone through this, and the ladies who have been in the club are now confident that they can ride with these newbies because everybody's on the same page with regards to skills, technique. How do you rotate through a double echelon, a double line group, and how to ride closely behind each other, braking properly. It makes a huge difference when you want to, when we have, as a club, have set up multiple different group rides for different levels, right? So that just brings a huge, like, I just absolutely love that all the time. When we're finished that 4 hours before we finish, we go out for a group ride. We rotate through. We call rotation. We accelerate a little bit in front. We don't drop the group. We say clear, and it is just beautiful. I can't even tell you. And then the next time they go out riding, they feel way more comfortable. And the other group ride leaders know. So that is one thing that I added to the membership right from the get-go. It's funny, I took that Learn to Group Ride clinic material from the OBC decades ago, and I applied it to my own club, and we've been flourishing with that forever. Then there's also years have changed, but we've forever now been adding a free jersey with our membership. And you know how sexy we look when everybody's wearing the same jersey on a group ride? It is super cool. Love the pictures that come out after the weekend of everybody's group rides. Now I'm going to show you a couple. So I showed you the first one there. Now you can, like I said, you can look at this on YouTube. Now I'm just going to go through some of the kits. Like, they have been sort of stayed the same for a little bit of time. Here's another one when we were sponsored by Kuhnstats for 2 years. Kind of the same deal, right? A little bit different on the arms. And then it took a drastic shift to the white, orange, and blue, which, I mean, these bike shorts that go with this were so comfortable. Here's this big hole. This is where I crashed one crit in a crit race. Yeah. That was, oh my God. Anyway, so I kept this one. And that was kind of cool, kind of different. And then we had our 10-year anniversary jersey. And then I quickly changed that. Then we went to pink and purple and blue. We've always had the Canadian flags, Canadian maple leafs on our jerseys, CycleFitCHICKS. This one was, and then, so everybody loved this one. The pink one's super hot. Then we migrated to this, our most recent jersey color. We've got yellow and orange on the top, going into a fade of pink, then dark blue. Everybody loves this. Like, I don't know how I'm going to change this up for next year because we have to change our jersey. So, yeah, so that's what we look. So it's really been cool over the years to see. Oh, I don't even have the 150th Canada's celebration. We were able to do a jersey of that one. That one's probably like my most favorite because it's got a big Canadian maple leaf on it. And yeah, I thought that was in there. But anyways, so yeah, so it's been fun over the years. And I'll tell you a couple things that I personally find challenging. Now, I have had a couple, I would say 2 years that were really toxic. We had some toxic members in the club, and it really almost just ruined it for me. I always said that when this club starts to become not fun, it's time for me to step aside or hand it off or sell it or something and just go on and move to something. But those 2 years were so tough and it almost made me quit. But I had to think about the ladies who were enjoying the club, not the ones who were creating all this negativity. And we know how that works, right? It just takes a couple to really ruin a good thing. So thankfully, They did not join the following year because I would absolutely not let them anyways. And they moved on to other things. I still see them in the cycling community, but honestly, it was the worst time. That was probably about, I would say, 8 years ago, almost half the time, 8 years ago. And, if you have a club, you know totally what I'm talking about, right? Toxic energy there's just no place for it, and it can just damage and destroy a good thing so quickly. So, but moving on, we have had some absolutely amazing women step into the board. It's a not-for-profit club, just driven by membership base every year. And they have been amazing. Now, mostly teachers, retired school principals, which are really great for customer service base and organizing and being leaders. So I'm super appreciative of these ladies. We have grown in numbers and also group ride leaders. And as you know, volunteerism is one of the biggest things that help keep a club afloat. And without volunteers and group ride leaders and people to help with socials and other events, this club would not exist. No club would exist. And there's reasons why some clubs, offer money back, like, your kids' gymnastics or football or soccer, if you do some volunteering, or you have to pay to never volunteer. So that's one thing we added in our club was a volunteer base. So you could pay, you would get a refund of $50 if you indicated that you wanted to volunteer. And if you did your volunteering, you get $50 back at the end of the year. So our membership is $225. So remember, 4-hour free Learn to Group Ride Clinic, which I charge $199 for that. Right on par with every other mountain bike skills clinic that's less time than mine. And free jersey and organized group rides all summer. Plus, one night a week we do cycling skills, which is super cool. We're working really hard on that. And that was a staple thing every year, every week. It's a different skill, whether it be hill climbing, speed, time trialing, cornering, obstacles, something like that. We would incorporate that in. So, if the ladies who showed up to those, 80% of the time really kicked ass at the end of the summer with their cycling skills. So, yeah, and it's a lot of work when you don't have volunteers. Well, you can't run anything without volunteers, but we have group ride leaders. We have like almost 30 of them. But now we've changed scope where we have 5 levels, 5 leveled rides on Saturdays, open rides Sundays, Fridays, and level rides on Wednesday nights. So it really allows everybody to be able to go out at least one day a week on a level ride where they're not going to be over challenged or work too hard, but in their space of comfort and level, which is super important. And, we always encourage them to move up during the summer, but that never ever really happens. There's ones that come down and push the others, but it's just funny how that works. And also some other things. We have a spring social that's coming up. And we've already have over 120 women registered for it. We couple it up with picking up jerseys from an early bird registration that we start from in January and February. We have a club store. We have so many really cool things that women can participate in. We do always seasons Strava challenge, where you can win prizes at the end of the year. And for every 50K that you bike during the summer, you get one ticket to win prizes. And then we take that data and we share how much our club rides every year. So it's really cool to see that data. We have an AGM at the end of the year. We have a July challenge, which is always related to maybe the year of the club. So this year is the 15th anniversary. We have not figured out what to do. Maybe increments of 5 get points, 5 kilometers. What else? Yeah, coffee runs, after skills nights. Sometimes we go to the bar. So it's really fun social aspect. What else can I share with you? I really did want to get somebody to interview me about this, but you know what? This is just as good. And okay, let me just see what else. I can't think of anything else besides we used to organize a time trial event with the Quebec Federation, the FQSC. And then after I started going into gravel, I'm like, no, we got to do gravel event. But the fortunate thing is that we have a women's gravel. I have a women's gravel race. The unfortunate thing, and I'm going to be talking about that in one of my podcasts later. The unfortunate thing is the club decided not to support it because it was not road cycling. Whereas there are so many women who are gravitating to gravel. It's unreal. So getting dual bikes where you can do road and gravel at the same time. And there is just a big shift happening where people want to get off the road, away from cars in a more safe environment. And that is gravel. It's growing. But I have a board. The board vetoed it. So it's okay. I'm on my own and I'm looking for key sponsors for that. And I've already got registrations up. You can go to Facebook and search Wakefield Women's Gravel Grind. Follow it. If you're close by, join it. And CycleFitCHICKS, find us on Facebook as well. And I think that's probably about it. If you're in an area, I get messages from women all the time who say, they wish they had a club like mine close by. And you know what? How can I help service these women in other areas? Because let's be real. You go to your local bike shop and there's always a bunch of dudes and you're dropped on the first ride because there's no leveled rides and it's way faster than what you're used to or fit for at the time. And so I get it. It's challenging. I think that's just why I created this club. And ladies, if you're in that predicament, put it out there and create your own club. You will find other women. Women will find you in your neighborhood. They are most likely looking for someone like you to create just like a weekly ride. And if you go to a couple of my episodes, one is Galdem, and the other one is Saddle Sisters. They're both Toronto-based groups. They are not clubs. Big difference. Big difference in insurance. Big difference in registration. And so, yeah, they're just, take them as examples. So GALDEM, GALYDEM, GALDEM, and Saddle Sisters. So they're great examples of how you can start a group. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you want more information about my cycling club, you can go to club@cyclefitchicks.ca. Send me an email. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Twitter too, but that's not too busy. Facebook is probably the main place to find us. That's where our demographic really is on Facebook, to be completely honest. Here, our average age of women is 52. Our oldest member is 80. And one of the things that I offer as the founder and head coach is a winter training program that I'm just finishing now. It has been phenomenal for winter training. We had 20 people in there. We started end of October. We started with 4 hours a week. We moved to 6. We did a couple 100K rides on Swift on the weekends this year, not before Christmas. And people have been knocking out their fitness levels and their MAP and FTPs out of the ballpark. Their skill level and strength has accelerated exponentially. And, next year I'm going to do the same thing. It's a straight up membership, monthly membership. We are on our bikes training 3 times a week. It's convenient. You can get it in your schedule. There's always people there from the club, and we lift each other up. And it's been so amazing for all of us, myself included. So with that, look for that. You can follow me on my socials. Just Google Sylvie D'Aoust. And that's D''AOUST. You can find me just follow me. You'll see it. I'll be advertising it in July, August to start registration. And then we just get rolling. I can't believe I'm talking about that now and I've just finished it. But it comes around quick. Anyways, have an amazing day. Don't forget to ride your bike. And I hope that you enjoy your summer and the information about this club. Take care. See you later, guys. Bye. Thank you so much for spending this time with me on the Secrets from the Saddle podcast, learning more about exciting people, places, and things that make cycling such an exciting sport. I am so glad you stopped by today. Please leave me a review if you feel so moved to do so. I would love to hear your feedback. And if you could take 1 second to share this episode with someone you think would enjoy it, I would be forever grateful. Also, if you could please leave me a review if you feel so moved by going to iTunes and leaving me an honest thought and an honest comment, telling me what you think, and most importantly, tell me what you'd like to hear more of. It would really help me to bring more great, inspiring cycling stories to you. Until then, have an amazing day. Make sure you ride your bike. And don't forget to visit my YouTube channel if you'd like to see the full version of this podcast live.